Hello everyone, how y'all doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to the Demoscene report of the 6th of August 2025, where I summarize all the latest news and releases from the active Demoscene community. As always, everything that I am about to mention on this video will be linked on the description below, so you can check things at your own leisure, and will also be listed at the Demozoo forum thread to make it easier to search through if you're looking for something specific later on. It's summertime, so we are packed with Demoscene events happening left and right. This week we will take a look at the new releases coming out of Atari Nancy Days in France, the Euskal in Spain, Boom Party in Poland, Nordlicht in Germany, Assembly Summer in Finland, and also a quick look at Silly Venture in Poland and Pagadata in Sweden if we have time. I know it's a lot of parties to cover, but half of them do not have their releases publicly available yet, so we'll skim through a few of these categories and revisit some things maybe next week if the organizers decide to hit that magic button to upload things to scene.org and make their releases public. As always, we also have a bunch of other smaller news and out of competition releases to mention, so please go grab yourself a drink, lean back, relax. Let's talk some Demoscene. Starting off with a quick look at the Atari Nancy Days, a very small Atari get-together in the city of Nancy, France, that has been happening for 15 years now. They only had a couple of releases, one of them an homage to Shadow 272, a French Atari scener that unfortunately passed away in February this year. Rest in peace, Shadow 272. The other release is a program used for their quiz show party game, where they play popular music on the Atari, converted to the Atari of course, and obfuscate a related image to that music, and people have to guess what the track and artist is, and then the image is revealed. So they made a whole application for that, and you can download it and play yourself at home, I guess, if you want. Then we had Euskal happening in Spain, a massive LAN party full of all sorts of different activities and a small Demoscene presence there among the many creative competitions that they feature every year. The releases are not publicly available just yet. I have to recheck Euskal FTP in a few days to see if they are finally available, but some of the results are known already, and we can see the screenshots for the digital illustration competition, for example, which was pretty nice despite only 4 submissions there. People keep saying that they have no new graphics on the Demoscene. Being one of these people, we have 4 new people right here that you can ask for graphics for your next demo. So yeah, in 4th place, Wired by Indikamena. Then we had in 3rd place, Nego by Bizargori. 2nd place, Jinetes by Korkoten. And the winner was Espacio Seguro by Hollow. So yeah, congratulations Hollow on winning the digital illustration competition at Euskal 2025. The digital music competition was won by Jupiter, and the multi-channel music competition was won by Ham of Software Failure. Then the open demo competition was won by Pantufla Software with an Android demo. Pantufla Software are a recurring winner of Euskal demo competition for 4 years in a row now. Will you break their streak next year? That is the challenge for you. They also won the Open Intro competition this year with a very close 2nd place by another Euskal veteran, Software Failure from Ham. Also entries by Goblins, Felisuko, Purple Studios, all of these are recurring presences at Euskal every single year. Euskal had a bunch more creative competitions, including a voxel art competition that you can see here. The top 2 places are listed here already, not sure if there are more entries or not. Both of them look pretty amazing. It's Zargia in 2nd place here, and the winner was a reference to Monkey Island by Dioros, also very well done here. There are a few more competitions at Euskal, but again, the results and releases are not officially available yet. So if you are in contact with an Euskal organizer, please give them a gentle poke to make sure that things are available as soon as possible. Yeah. Moving on to other things, then we had the Boom Party happening in Poland. You might have seen an invitation from them at another event throughout the year. They released 8 invitations overall. They're a relatively new group, Boom. They were founded during the pandemic, so about 5 years ago, and they've been organizing a few smaller events and competitions, both physically and as online live streams in the past. Now they put together this larger event. They got around 200 visitors from what Saki told me, mostly focused on the Commodore 64 and Amiga. In fact, they split the attention to each platform by day, so one day was entirely for the Commodore 64 talks and competitions, and the other was entirely for Amiga things. They also had some production still missing upload to some public platforms, but I actually poked Saki on Discord and he immediately provided links to what was missing, so we had full screenshots on Demoscene, and entries should be coming to more public servers sometime soon. There were a couple of out of competition releases. A multiplayer tank game by Protovision called Xolgi. I'm sure I'm butchering that pronunciations, apologies in advance for that. And an invitation to Ami Party 34, another Polish Amiga scene get together happening in late September, I believe. This invitation was made using Amos and used way more RAM than a regular Amiga has available, which was why it was shown outside the competition and disqualified from the competition itself. Let's take a look at the competitions. The Amiga 500 demo competition had 4 entries overall. In last place, an old unfinished Color demo with some Mario and Nintendo references and a few 3D scenes. Was originally meant for Function 2019 or something. Didn't make it, ended up being released here at Boom now. Then we had an Amos demo announcing a new Amiga demo group being born. They are called Data Crime, apparently. Let's see what they can do. Only a little techno rave demo so far made using Amos, but let's see what they do more in the future. In second place, we have another new Amiga group by some scene veterans. The homonymously titled Existence demo features some high quality graphics and a few 3D object effects. Pretty solid demo overall, despite a bit short. And winners of the competition were Mystic and TRSI with a demo called Dataverse. Solid little demo with a lot of pixel graphics and some nice scenes overall as well. Congratulations on winning Boom Party 2025 Amiga demo competition to TRSI and Mystic. The Amiga graphics competition had a surprising amount of entries as well. Some of them feel like they were just conversions of something drawn in a higher resolution, but there were some nice pixel art ones like this one by Rolfo. This one felt a bit converted in some ways. These ones were definitely converted. The top 6 were pretty good pixel art, though. Hungry Tension by Coyote of Resistance, getting 6th place here. Then we had the mandatory jock entry, only getting 5th place here at Boom. Misha of the Tanka getting 4th place with this Glenn score image. 3rd place to this image by Suite of Interceptors. 2nd place to Tukoland Drive by Kwahu. You can see here all the different steps being animated to generate the final image. Nice image as well. And the winner entry was this one, Sentinel of Time by Vasil, another recurring presence on Amiga graphics competitions. This time with this stone golem of some sort and very surrealist clouds there. Great dithering technique on this one as well. The steps are also available if you want to check the evolution of the image, which is always fun to do. So yeah, congratulations Vasil on winning the Boom Amiga graphics competition this year. The Amiga 540 kilobyte intro competition had 4 entries as well, same as the demo competition. In 4th place we had Aeroholics with a single screen intro called Heartburn. 3rd place went to Cheap Tricks by Vision Factory, an old Amiga group that returned to release activity with this entry here. 2nd place ID by Scoopex and Suspect with a couple of good looking effects as well. And the winner was Return to Gaza by Ghost Town, a more political or humanitarian even conceptual demo about the genocide that is currently happening in Gaza, perpetrated by Israel against the Palestinians. Please stop the war, this is a madness. Congratulations Ghost Town on winning the competition with this intro. The Amiga music competition was also won by Jazzcat, same person who had made the soundtrack for the Ghost Town intro. And that was it for the Amiga day at Boom. Then we had the Commodore 64 competitions, starting off with the alternative productions category with a couple of 1 kilobyte intros by Harvey and a slideshow entry by Skylight Designs called Vilky, I guess it's Vilky. The Commodore 64 demo competition had 8 entries submitting, including a few one-screen effects like this one. Then we had this sprite test screen by Xenon, a more political demo by Triad called One Nation, Pensive Woman by Lab CD with this nice image of a pensive woman, and a sit cover of Scorpions Still Loving You. In third place we had Spliff Rider by the Solaris Agency with some marijuana references and a few nice Petsky animation scenes as well. Second place to Battle Scars by Samar Productions, a little demo testing their latest 3D polygon intersection algorithm optimizations, looking real clean, really good looking 3D scenes there. And the winner was Arise by Nightworks, not the Arise 4 mega demo they are supposedly working on, but still a pretty darn good demo with some very solid design, graphics and audio. Very worthy winner of the demo competition in my humble opinion. Congratulations to Arise here. The Commodore 64 graphics had a whopping 18 entries with a few high quality entries in there. Let's take a quick look at them. Third place to Astor with Resurrection, then second place to Bimber of Arise with a Pat, and the winner was Staring into the Night by Lotus of Skylight Designs. Commodore 64 intro with only 3 entries by Fate Design, Gordian, and Excess with a one-screener Petsky artwork and a cover set of Freestyler by Bomb Funk MCs. The music competition was won by Greg Feld with I Am Blue, and the best in competition sadly with only a single entry won by Tom 3000 here with this nice logo as well. There were also a bunch of talks and live events at the party. You can check out the live stream videos for those, and there are a bunch of party reports already available as well. There's a list of them here, like this one from Madison, for example. On the same weekend, but in Germany, Nordlicht was taking place in a new party location in Bremen. Productions are not yet uploaded to scene.org, so if someone is in touch with Nordlicht organizers, please poke them about uploading them to scene.org. Meanwhile, we'll skim over some of the releases that were already made available by the releasing artists community themselves. Starting off with a 512-byte intro competition, a recurring category at Nordlicht since 2018. Not as common in the tiny size code community as, for example, 256 bytes, which is a lot more prevalent at other events. But I guess that's also what makes the 512-byte category special at Nordlicht. This year they had 5 releases. The last place went to a couple of intros for the Commodore 64. Then Loso did this third place with Star Trek New Generation reference, running with audio as well, everything under 512 bytes for the Amiga. Nice write-up and source code also available, so check that out if you're interested in Amiga development. FTX of Color did this very eerie DOS intro with some raycasting shapes and amazing drone soundtrack as well. Great stuff, totally loved this one as well. And the winner was Encore by Rivals for the Micro W8, T-Drinker and Super Rogue doing another killer collaboration once again. The ASCII and Nancy competition had 3 entries. I can't really judge it because they're not really available yet. Only this intro, only this release by Louisa is available. Some groovy mushrooms here won the competition apparently. The executable music was won by Slacks. The Gravedigger competition is used for entries that were made long ago for another event but never really finished and released to the public. So this category serves as a way to finally release those releases that have been lying around on your hard disk unfinished. This year's competition in particular only had 2 entries. The winner was this one, Stripes by KG of TRBL. A very nice demo, actually. Some good fresh ideas there with the trumpets and the lines and the sync on all of the things. I can understand why it wasn't previously released though. It does repeat a little bit too much. It seems to run out of ideas at some point, but the music was really funky, really good. So very fresh little demo here by KG. So yeah, really cool entry. What else? The Ironing Beats competition is also impossible to judge here without seeing all the entries which are not available yet, but I can tell you that it's another very fun competition that you can do physically at the party place, involving some creativity and some pixel art skills. The new school demo competition only had 4 entries overall, including the mandatory Finland's Farjan demo, a quick made invitation to Inertia made by Philip of the Mad Codex, another interesting installation of the Asterix series with their number series, and the winner was a 4KB intro made at the party place, as far as I know, a cinematic masterpiece by Virgil here. Love the ambient and mood in this one. The attention to detail on the audio is ridiculous for a 4KB intro. Visuals are also pretty good as well, fit the mood really well. I wasn't entirely convinced with the pacing of the intro though. I thought it should have been slower overall, but still a very excellent intro by Virgil of Alcatraz. Very worthy winner of Nordlicht 2025. Congratulations Virgil on making another killer 4K intro. Other competitions included the New School Graphics competition with Osmic in second place here. He's been doing a lot of entries for graphics competitions lately, and I'm loving his style. Really cool stuff. I hear a quasi-voxelized version of some sort, probably rendered in Blender if I'm not mistaken. And the winner with not much of a point margin was Oni with Gladiator here. Great character design on this one as well. Feels a bit unfinished on the drawing details, maybe ran out of time, but great concept and colors here. Congratulations Oni on winning the competition at Nordlicht. Then we have the old school demo competition with a few interesting productions as well, starting off with a Game Boy Advance demo by Desire that had the special detail of being apparently vibe coded with help of Gemini Pro. It's an LLM AI code assistant for those who don't know. Apparently as an experiment exercise by the coder into learning C++ for the Game Boy with some mixed results. A bit of a meh quality as a demo for my taste in particular. It's trying to be 80s retro with a pink and purple neon color scheme, which is a bit of the theme of the party, so I can understand why they went for that. But it's not quite pulling it off on this Game Boy demo in my opinion. A couple of nice effects, the logo was pretty good, but everything felt pretty basic and substandard for what the Game Boy Advance can do. So not a very inspired demo in that regard, but interesting in the AI generated demos discussion, I would guess. Pretty surprised it hasn't got a lot of hatred on Puet yet. I guess a few people watching the video will now shit on it. Sorry heaven for that. In 6th place we had Janko the Bastard getting the Atari ST involved in the chunky Rotozoomer Joker challenge that has been brewing over in the Amiga scene. Now with their entry on the Atari, the Joker is a knobhead demo. Bit of a calling out to the Amiga developers here with this joke little fun entry, or Joker fun entry, I guess I can say. In 5th place we had a vanilla Amiga AGA demo by Resistance called Super Glance, mostly a 3D glance object slideshow. Not particularly interesting if you already know Glance. In 4th place we had an Amiga invitation for the Evoke 2025 that is happening in a couple of weeks. Solid pixel art and some nice music, which actually had one Edison party the weekend before. The concept of this invitation was smart, got a bit boring towards the end. Still a very solid invitation for Evoke. The main news of Evoke this year is the announcement of a drone show happening at the party, so that will be interesting to see if you're at the event. In 3rd place we had a cool new demo for the Commodore PET titled Ephemeral Cathodic Relay, experimenting with drawing some images on a text-only machine. So yeah, very interesting, very curious. I would love to see this running on a real machine, though I don't have a Commodore PET, so would really be interested in seeing that. 2nd place went to Stonehead Software, a new group composed of members of Oxyron and Arsenic. Here with Stone Nautica for the Amiga AGA, a demo inspired by the Subnautica video game in a few aspects, which I'm a very big fan of the game, but with a few things different here and there, like the logo, the tube, the weird Vocaloid lyrics. It left me with some mixed feelings about it overall, but still a lot of work invested in it and a solid demo overall, so congratulations on the 2nd place there. And the winner demo was for the Commodore 64 DTV. It was an in memoriam by TRSI, a tribute demo for their member Street Tough, who passed away in January this year. Solid demo overall, revisiting some of the music and demo efforts by Street Tough himself. Congratulations TRSI on winning Nordlicht Old School Demo Competition with this entry. The old school graphics competition was won by Titus of Rabnaug with Dissolving in Neon Light, pixel artwork entry for the Amiga. The photo competition, first place was tied between TMA and Messi with two very nice photos. Beams 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 by Messi and Goosebump the Jellyfish by TMA respectively. The streaming music competition was won by Hades with The Universe Smiles Upon Us, and the track music competition was won by a collaboration track between Joss and Virgil. It's called Crypto Funk. I can't speak about the wild competition since the files are not available yet. Maybe next week they'll be. Who knows? Let's see. And that's all that I have on Nordlicht. Moving on to other news. The deadline for JS 1024 entries is now over and results of the competition have been made available. For those who don't know, JS 1024 is the yearly JavaScript online size coding competition. Always has a bunch of fun little demos and games and everything open source. You can see the source code of how it works, how it was coded. Maybe get inspired for making your own size coding entries for next year or other competitions. There were a total of 3 categories. The Canvas 2D JavaScript category winner was Ant Attack by Killed by a Pixel, a bit of a politically incorrect entry where you have to kill ants and they just become too much. They also run away if you misclick them. So yeah, nice little game there. The winner of the shader coding category was Ania with Graves here, as you can see. And the HTML winner was Kalada 2 with Minecraft 3D scene reference made entirely using CSS 3D. Cool stuff for browser developments. The overall results are also available here. Was mostly dominated by Canvas 2D projects, so check out a few of the other entries as well if you want to see some more cool browser development size coding shenanigans. In other news, the developers of Shinya 1986 Amiga demo that was released at Revision 2025 a few months ago have now released a very lengthy write-up on their development. You can check it out if you're interested in how developing for Amiga works in 2025. Then we saw the release of SIGGRAPH 2025 real-time live trailer promoting their upcoming sideshow at SIGGRAPH, dedicated to showcasing real-time applications, including some Demoscene stuff that IQ is helping organize. You might know IQ as a Demoscene rock star. And speaking of IQ and SIGGRAPH, I noticed at SIGGRAPH's YouTube that they did an interview with him a couple of months ago, which I failed to report so far. So here it is. It's called Unblocking Creativity with Signed Distance Fields. There were also a few new releases outside of any event, like this massive music disc for the Commodore 64 released by Genesis Project and Oxid Planetary. It's called Excavated Artefacts plus Relics. It's loaded with SID tracks by Zyron. Mystic Grease released their July art pack full of ASCII and Nancy goodness with a special theme around cats and felines this time apparently. I'm not complaining, I love cats and so does Alf, you can see him here. So yeah, a lot of ASCII and Nancy about cats, really cool. Then deater won the 2024 International Obfuscated C Code Competition. It's a famous competition where developers submit the very small, hardest to understand source code. So it's about making the source code as hard to understand as possible. And it has to do something non-obvious. So Dieter won this year with this ANSI animation generator called Sur Prize, which I'm not going to spoil for you. You can see the source code here in particular, and then you can run it for yourself and see what it looks like. Also, Desire released a follow-up on the chunky Rotozoomer Joker challenge that has been going around in the demo scene this year. Here, going full ham to maximize the number of chunks possible and doing a well-polished presentation out of it. Well done, Gigabytes at all on this release as well. Stuck in the Middle by Desire. Feel Bad went to a panorama conference in Lisbon and got inspired to do a little Game Boy version of the renowned overview of Lisbon on tiles. So made a cute little demo out of it where you can go back and forth. The folks from Moods Plateau wrote some English subtitles to the Algorave video report on live coding that ARTE channel published last week, and we talked about it, so you can now understand it even if you don't speak French. Check it out, the link is here. And then there's a new party report for Edison 2025 that we also covered last week. This party report just came out as well. Meanwhile, in Finland, a Terminator from Cyber Hell ran rampant on the Boozedrome Hills, once again presenting the 8th edition of Boozedrome, where talented music artists compete for who does the most disturbing and ludicrous gabber hardcore Amiga 4-channel mod of all time. And they even get a golden tape for their efforts. The winner this year was Punic with a Make the Tempo High. Congratulations to Punic. And just a few kilometers away from the Boozedrome Hills, there was another Demoscene event happening called Assembly Summer 2025. Assembly being one of the longest running events of the Demoscene with some legendary releases throughout the years. It's usually a summer highlight for the Demoscene, and this year it did not disappoint. Let's go over some of the competitions from this year. Starting off with a 1 kilobyte intro competition. Sadly, not much competition this year from this trademark at Assembly, being one of the few demo parties pushing for this size category in particular. We usually see a few more entries, only 3 this year. That was a bit disappointing. Follow the Glow by Jane here, then a Free Body Problem by KNL with some attraction particles and a sound running on a browser. And the clear winner was Fulcrum with Bones of Civilization, a native Windows 1 kilobyte executable intro with a reuse of XOR City Fractal formulas that we have already seen before in a few other scene entries. Here with a cinematic little 1 kilobyte intro winning the competition. The 4 kilobyte intro competition was much more competitive. There were the usual bunch of fast-made intros. We had a conceptual twist on the original Twister effect here by Sober Violence, for example. Cycle Life of a Tree attempt presented by Bitslab. In 7th place, Radiant Fields of Babylon with a basic shader effect and some sheep to bring some sort of narrative. Then we had OO with this abstract glitching effect and some very interesting colors. In 5th place, more IFS shader fractals, this time by Grey Marchers. In 4th place, a very nice surprise by Coma, doing a new 4K intro. This one with a narrative of a sort of wolf running in the desert, but it actually had a story behind it, which was pretty cool to have in 4K. 3rd place went to Symptom with Bite Rider, and nice chilled out music and visual aesthetics got them some pretty good votes. In 2nd place, Hex Reactor by The Wild Logs. They invested a few more bytes to improve the quality and progression of the soundtrack, made an hexagon frequency response visualizer out of it as well. Lacking a little visual progression in my humble opinion, but the voting crowd clearly disagreed with me. Congratulations on getting 2nd place at Assembly this year. And the winner of Assembly Summer 2025 4K intro competition was a Linux entry titled Technomancer by Epoch, with this dark cyberpunk inspired cinematic intro with that city skyline. I would say it's actually more Blade Runner than Technomancer inspired, but let's not split hairs here. It looks great, it has great mood, they have clearly been taking some lessons in cinematic shots from LJ, and it works very well. Great 4K intro, worthy winner of the competition here at Assembly. And the last competition from Assembly that I wanted to cover this week, we'll leave the rest of them for next week's Demoscene report, since it's already running quite late now, is the main event, the demo competition. The Assembly demo competition has been iconic in the Demoscene since its first edition back in 1992, and this year did not disappoint again. 14 entries overall, including this Scrolly Party invitation by Microsoft Productions. Half-Bit Cheese getting 13th with this amazing demo called EG that could have easily have won a smaller party, is a good indicator of how high the quality was in the demo competition at Assembly this year. Great animation, cinematography on this demo, fresh ideas, good music, brilliant execution, coherent throughout, just a solid, great demo by the renowned Half-Bit Cheese. I am shocked that it placed so low. In 12th place, we have Bitbenders with another equally fresh demo with some brilliant music by Mig. Very summer up vibe, a mood to it, a lot of references to 80s aesthetics, and featuring chilling out Skeletor and He-Man. There was a nice twist as well. Lovely demo, Vividus by Bitbenders. 11th place to Null Division with Resurrection, with a cute story demo of sorts using Unity engine. I liked the concept overall, but the execution fell flat on a few scenes, was not very appealing to me overall. In 10th place, we had the Airhorn Anti-Hero Cinematic Release Trailer by Jumalauta, explaining to you in detail the origins of the game, and if you haven't played the game, please stop this video and go do so now. It won the game development competition at Assembly and is very fun to play. For those more fortunate of us who have already played the game and are still watching this video, in 9th place we had Astral returning with another cinematic demo of them made using Unreal Engine. Astral has been a recurring presence, releasing demos at Assembly since the pandemic editions and always delivers something very interesting. Both on the winter and summer editions, they have been steadily improving their skills and have a ton of potential to make a winner demo again. Lights is another very solid demo from them. I love the mood on this one. Demos are magic indeed. In shared 7th place, we have two known groups that have stepped up their game this year and delivered some solid demos as well. Bread Emoji with a continuation of their nonsense lore. I love the table's twist on the story on this one in particular. And Wild Load bringing us a very solid techno demo banger this time as well. 6th place went to Adapt, revisiting their own engine one last time for the final juice. It has the cliches that we have been known to expect from Adapt, the abstract particle effects, that water glass shimmer effect on top, seamless transitions, trancy electro soundtrack. It even has multiple parts this time, so they really seem to have went all out. In 5th place, a very cute little demo by Tios with tons of hand-drawn bunnies and a coherent story demo overall. It was made using Love 2D engine, was a few people's party favorite from what I heard. So yeah, very good job Tios on this one. In 4th place, Orange is back, baby! One of the more interesting demo groups from the 90s. They made a comeback 7 years ago with Dying Stars, which got them 3rd place in Assembly 2018. And now they put out this spiritual successor to the legendary UM the Robot 64K intro from The Gathering 96. The soundtrack by Mizdi of Byte Rapers here takes elements from that original soundtrack by Dune, makes a new version out of it with some more chilled beats mood to it. I frankly have some mixed feelings about Am I the Robot You? It's not like a sequel to the 30-year-old original, it only takes some elements of it and puts like completely new spin on it, and it wouldn't really be fair to compare them together. Just like Dying Stars it's clearly a demo made by their people with the modern maturity of the artist who has been focusing on 3D instead of 2D art for a few decades now. So it's a different kind of demo from the Orange that we know from the 90s, with just some whiffs of inspiration from the original demos that they used to make. Still, massive work on the 3D modeling here, disturbing amount of attention to detail on the models, and you can still feel a certain surrealism and philosophical nature behind the work like they always used to have. The self-reflection on being a machine, the world of monitors and keyboards, the waltz of cubes, the loops, the thorned heart, the whole demo is full of symbolism. And personally, I think it would actually be carried stronger if it would embrace its uniqueness instead of referring to things from the past. But you know, to each their own, it's their people's vision, so I'm just happy to see a new demo from Orange and Orange active in the demo scene again. In 3rd place, one of the best Pyrotech demos that I've ever seen, and they have released quite a lot of demos at Assembly throughout the last 2 decades now. Most of them were chasing the AST formula of making Assembly winner demos, which I really didn't like that much. I'm glad Pyrotech started figuring out their own way to make demos, and they've been reinventing themselves a little bit. In Echoes of the Mainframe, here they follow a more cyberpunk aesthetic, a bit cheesy in some elements, like the lady driver. I didn't really like her very much, but otherwise pretty well presented overall. Love the graffiti greetings on the train in particular. Props to whoever drew those textures. Second place went to Doomsday with a demo made using Notch, a follow-up to their demo from last year's Scrolly Party event. Great to see Wold still making demos. Good idea with the robot band with some really good mocap capture animation to do all the band elements justice. And yeah, very solid demo overall. And then we have the winner of Assembly Summer 2025 demo competition, where Grey Marchers again took the podium since they already won last year with a Nostalgia Infused demo, and also they won a winter edition of Assembly as well with a more cinematic demo, which I also loved. I loved even more than these two demos. But this one, Wanderlust, is pretty solid throughout as well. A lot of ray-marching scenes, but very well presented and polished, also telling a story of some sort. Brilliant demo overall with a very uplifting mood in the music. Congratulations, Grey Marchers, on winning another Assembly demo competition. There were quite a few other competitions at Assembly, but I think we are running out of time for this week's report, so we'll save that overview for next week. There were also some releases at Silly Venture in Poland and Pegadata in Sweden that we will also take a look at next week. So yeah, that's the Demoscene summer for you, packed full of events and releases. Quick look at demoparty.net before we wrap things up. You can see we'll have Field Effects at the Y Hacker Camp this coming weekend. Then Evoke in Germany, Xenium in Poland, and Chaos Constructions in Russia. All three of these events promise to have some very good releases. So keep an eye out for them and try to catch them on live stream if you can. And that's it for this week's report. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you found something interesting. And if you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the link with a friend. And if you're feeling particularly generous, donate me something through my Patreon, patreon.com/psenough. It helps keeping this channel going. Thank you also, Sule, in particular, for this week's background effect. It's summer holidays time, so I'll probably take a couple of weeks break from these reports soon, hoping to do at least one more report before shutting down until September. If my kid allows it, we'll see about that. If I don't make it, I wish you all enjoy your summer holidays properly. See you next video. Bye bye, everybody. Take care.